Objection!
Miles Edgeworth. Not guilty. That's all. Court is adjourned.
Objection!
That grin on his face. Did someone just say objection? It wasn't Von Karma. Wait, but that means no. Edgeworth? Your Honor, I object to your judgment. So technically, Von Karma's perfect record has been shattered right here. Right here, it has been shattered. Like his perfect record has a big black stain on it because he lost the case just now. Because he's still innocent of the Robert Hammond murder. He is not guilty of that. He is supposedly guilty of killing his father from a case 15 years ago. Two completely different things. I'm not innocent at all. As we've heard, Yanni Yogi killed Robert Hammond in revenge. But revenge for what? Nick! Edgeworth is trying to confess, going to say he's guilty. He's going to tell them he was the murderer in the DL6 incidents. He's going to tell them that he killed his own dad. Uh-oh, what do I do? I'll leave it to him. No, I'm sure Edgeworth thought about this one long and hard. This isn't my place to interfere. Nick, are you sure? There's nothing we can do about it. This is his problem now. For 15 years, I've had a recurring dream. A nightmare. It's only a nightmare. That's what I told myself. But now I know it wasn't a dream. Yanni Yogi wasn't the killer. You mean, in the incident where your father died? From the distance of the shot, it wasn't suicide either. Everything was as clear as day. The murderer. The criminal in the DL6 incidents. It was me. Your Honor, I confess my guilt. I am guilty for DL6, the statute of limitations of which ends today. Culprit is me. I shall point to Phoenix Wright, but I am pointing towards me. Order! This is certainly unexpected. The defendant declared innocent is confessing to a different crime. A crime for which the statute runs out today. I'm not really sure how I should deal with this. Bah! It's obvious. We hold a trial right here, right now. We try this man for his crime of 15 years ago. I would like to take a 5-minute recess. During this time, I will consider the appropriate course of action. Court is adjourned. I'm sorry, Wright. I've just wasted all of your effort. Mr. Edgeworth, I don't believe it, sir. I mean, you kill your dad? I didn't want to believe it myself, detective. But it's the truth. I deserve to be punished. Murder is murder, no matter what the circumstances. This is crazy. Just crazy. Nick? What are you doing? Huh? Oh. I was just reading through the court record once more. Getting my case ready. Your case? For the what? Huh? Isn't it obvious? I'm going to prove Miles Edgeworth is innocent. What are you talking about, pal? He just admitted to it. He confessed that he did it in court. I'm sorry, Edgeworth, but I don't believe you're a nightmare. What? It's just a dream. It's not real. The truth is right here in this court record. In any case, tighten your belts. The real fight is just beginning. I'll prove your innocence. Trust me. Right. Now then, I want to resume our trial. Judge, Miles Edgeworth has admitted his own guilt. He has confessed his crime. Let's begin by hearing his testimony. Then, though pointless, let the defense do their cross-examining. The statute of limitations on the DL6 incident runs out today. Though it's unconventional for me, I'd like to run this one by the book. I see. Does any objections? No, Your Honor. On Karma, you knew this was going to happen from the very beginning, didn't you? Very well. Will Miles Edgeworth take the stand? Will the witness state his name and profession? Miles Edgeworth. I'm a prosecuting attorney. Mr. Edgeworth, 15 years ago you mistakenly killed your father, Gregory Edgeworth. Is this correct? It is correct. Then testify about this matter to the courts. But when Ed was telling me about his dream yesterday, I noticed something. One detail didn't quite fit. That will be the key, but only if I can get it to work. Please, please. That day, I had gone to the courtroom to observe one of my father's trials. As we went to leave, an earthquake struck, trapping us in the elevator. My father and Mr. Yogi lost their composure and began to argue. Just then, something heavy fell at my feet. I picked it up and threw it at Mr. Yogi. I wanted them to stop fighting. A moment later, there was a single gunshot, then a scream. It was a terrible scream. I remember it to this day. That's all. And until now, you thought this memory was a dream. We were stuck in that elevator for 5 hours. The oxygen in the elevator ran out, and I lost my memory of events. Bah! The same claim Mr. Yogi has made. Very well, Mr. Wright. Your cross-examination, please. What was the trial your father was involved in on that day? I don't remember things very clearly. Only 2 things. I know my father lost, and Mr. Von Karma was the prosecuting attorney. Mr. Von Karma? You were handling that case? It was 15 years ago. I don't remember the details. When Edgeworth pointed out the problem in Von Karma's evidence. So there are 3 people, including yourself, trapped in that elevator. Yes, myself, my father, and Yanni Yogi. We were fine at first, but then as time passed, no one came to help. My father and Mr. Yogi... Oh, well. That's right, don't reread testimony. What did you do then? I was a 9-year-old boy at the time. What could I do? I was scared, trembling in the corner. But then... And what was it? The pistol. I assume it was the bailiff, Yanni Yogi's. The safety must have come off and it fell from his holster. And you picked it up. What happened next? Did you know it was a pistol when you threw it? I think I knew. I knew it was dangerous. But the air was getting so thick. I panicked. So you're saying that you threw the pistol at Mr. Yogi? I was in a daze. The gun fired once? Yes. I think, after I threw it, I lost consciousness. Since then, they have echoed in my head every day. That gunshot and that horrible scream. The scream? To this day? Yes, I can practically hear it now. I doubt I will ever forget that scream as long as I live. There it is. One part of that testimony clearly contradicts it. Really? I didn't see it. Oh, no, it's this thing. Take it from his heart. It's not that thing, just kidding. Maybe it's this thing. Oh, no, Ah, crap. It's not the photo either, Jesus! I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be doing. He says, there it is, there's the contradiction. But I've put all the DL6 stuff out there. Oh no! I've been presenting on the wrong statement. Crap. I thought he was saying it was the last thing. That sucks. That sucks. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I have to start over now. Well. Miss Edgeworth is guilty. Court adjourned. Alright, so I reloaded. I went through the entire case again. Here we are. Murder weapon was fired twice. One bullet found in heart. I swear I did. Whatever. Maybe I pressed it on the other one. Are you sure you only heard one gunshot? Yes, I'm sure of that. I heard the shots and the scream. Then everything faded. I was unconscious until the rescuers came. I see. No, Your Honor. Unfortunately, you do not see. Look at this file one more time. This plainly contradicts the witness's testimony. You do enjoy dragging out that file, don't you? I don't accept this evidence unless you can tell us what page it's on. Which page contradicts Miles Edgeworth's... Miles Edgeworth... Oh my god, I can't even talk. It's victim data. Look at the victim data in this file. It says it quite plainly. The murder weapon was fired twice. Miles Edgeworth only heard one gunshot. Yet the murder weapon was fired twice. The first shot was the accidental firing when the pistol was thrown. So who fired the remaining shots? Was there perhaps another shooter who fired the second shot? Your Honor, as I'm sure you're aware, this incident occurred 15 years ago. The evidence is dated. The pistol did fire twice. However, we do not know when that second shot was fired. It might have been fired the day before the incident. There is no proof the second shot had anything to do with the incident. What? I see. You do have a point, Mr. Wright. The murder weapon was fired twice, as we have heard. One of those shots was fired by the defendant, a boy at the time. Do you have any proof the other shot fired has something to do with the case? I don't know. I'm saying no. Grr, I didn't think of that. I don't have proof. Ha! As I suspected. Given all this happened 15 years ago, it's definitely proof remains. Nick, take a look at this. The court record. Look, doesn't this make you think? Whoa, she's right. That is strange. Your Honor, I think I will be able to show you proof. What? Impossible. Now, Mr. Von Karma, save your surprise for after you've seen the evidence. I don't know. You have evidence the second firing of the pistol is related to the incident. That's for that pistol. I think it's this one.
Take that!
Oh, here we go again. This is a photograph of the scene of the crime 15 years ago. I can see that the victim lying there is Gregory Edgeworth. This proves the murder weapon was fired twice at the time of the incident. This photo proves it. So, let me get this straight. This photo proves 2 shots were fired where? Your Honor, please get a clue. So there's a contradiction in the photo.
Take that!
As should be obvious, Your Honor, the contradiction is here. I see a bullet hole in the door. Your Honor, Gregory Edgeworth was killed by a shot from the pistol. Yet there is also a bullet hole in the elevator door. We know the murder weapon was fired twice. Thus, someone other than Edgeworth fired the second shot. Order! Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? It's simple, Your Honor. At the time of the incident, 2 shots were fired. One went into Gregory Edgeworth's heart. Sorry, Edgeworth, being graphic here. The other hit the elevator door. Remember that the defendant lost consciousness after the shot he fired rang out. In conclusion, we must agree the second shot was fired by someone else. Mr. Wright, who could that someone else be? The murderer, of course. I knew I should have stepped in before your wild fantasies got out of hand. Mr. Wright, look once more at the DL6 incident case file. Look closely. Try the case summary page. Case summary, that's on page 1. Look what is written there. Not a single clue was found on the scene. If the pistol had indeed been fired 2 times, the other bullet would have been discovered on the scene. He does have a point. That second bullet has never been found. Why? Because the second bullet does not exist. The bullet that claimed Gregory Edgeworth's life was the one fired by his own son. That is the truth of this matter. The whole truth. It was undoubtedly something else. That bullet hole. Something else that made that bullet hole in the door. Order, I would have order. Mr. Wright has proven one thing to us quite clearly. The murder weapon was fired twice at the time of the incident. However, as Mr. Von Karma says, the second bullet fired was not found. It's highly unlikely the police merely overlooked the second bullet. So all we have is a single bullet fired. I'm afraid I have to discount the defense's claim. I praise the judge for his wisdom in this matter. Gah! How did this happen? I don't believe the second bullet didn't exist. Was I wrong? Have I been wrong about this whole incident? What are you doing, Nick? Aren't you raising an objection? Sorry, Maya. What? It looks like I was wrong. Nick, the second bullet wasn't there, and all my conjectures are for nothing. No, but you do it, Nick, so you get Edward's declared innocent. I'm sorry. It's just... When I saw the photograph, I thought the 2 shots had been fired. I was so certain of it. I thought I'd won. I thought there was another person, someone else who fired the killing shots. But now... I was wrong to think it could be that simple. This case has stood unsolved for 15 years. Neek. Well, it seems we have finally cleared up this incident. Only 1 bullet was found at the scene of the crime. That shot was fired by Miles Edgeworth. Precisely. I'd like to ask one thing of Miles Edgeworth before passing my verdict. Have you been paying attention to the trial so far? Yes, Your Honor. Do you have any objections? No. No, I do not. You killed your father, though that was not your intention. Yes, I did. Oh no, he's accepted the guilt. Very well. The statute of limitations on the murder of Gregory Edgeworth runs out today. Therefore, I must pronounce a verdict on the defendant today, right here. Right now. Indeed. Does anyone have any objections? I've been here before. It's just like my first day in court. There's so many things I know I should be saying. But my mind's gone blank. Can't find the words. Mr. Wright? No objections. Every lead I thought I had has been squashed. This is really the end. Edgeworth, I'm sorry. I closed my eyes. What was it that I had been doing all this time? Wasn't my whole life leading up to today? So the game traps you like that sometimes. Sometimes, like, you have to just look at your evidence and be like, you know what? Nothing here will help. And then the game kind of railroads you forward, just like it wants to do. No, not yet. Huh? Fire? What? Object! Your only weapon. Are you okay, Nick? What's happening to me? I have to think. Wait, don't think. Act.
Objection!
Your Honor. I object. Mr. Wright, on what grounds do you object, Nick? I don't know. This case is perfect. Oh no. Grah. It must exist. The second bullet. What? What did you just say? Nothing. The second bullet must exist. But where? Someone took it. Seems waiting is not going to produce us any answers from Mr. Wright. Wait, Your Honor. The second bullet. It existed. What? Just for proof it did not exist? I realize that, Your Honor. I'm really grasping here. It's just someone took it from the scene of the crime. That's what happened. But who? The murderer! The murderer? Then tell us, who is this murderer? I'm still thinking about that one. The criminal took the second bullet. Why? Huh? First of all, how would they have found it? It's not easy to find a stray bullet, Mr. Wright. Was there some pressing need for the murderer to search for that bullet? He didn't need it. Why would the murderer have spent the time to look for stray bullets? Haven't gotten a clue. What's wrong, Mr. Wright? The murderer had no reason to take that bullet. You don't want to admit it, but it's true. Had to take it. Had to take it. Murderer. What does that mean? You're thinking too normal. Think crazy. Don't think why the bullet was taken. Think why the bullet had to be taken. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. I have no idea what I'm doing. Well, the murderer had no intention of taking the bullet from the scene. But, the murderer had to take the bullet. Had to, Mr. Wright? What do you mean? Well, for instance... For instance, what? Maybe the bullet, hit the murderer. The bullet hit the murderer. Just saying, for instance. I mean, if it hit you, you would have to take it with you, wouldn't you? It's not like you could perform surgery right there. You know? Wait a second. I was just talking off the top of my head, but what if that's really what happens? Let me get this straight. So at the time of the murder, the murderer himself was shot, and they left with his second bullet still inside of them, thus leaving only one bullet at the scene of the crime? Yes, that's how it would work, yes. There's a problem with that. The other two people rescued from that elevator, Miles Edgeworth and Yanni Yogi, were both unharmed. That would mean The murderer came from outside, yes. The two men fight inside the elevator. Trying to stop them, the boy picks up the pistol at his feet and throws it. It discharges, and the bullet goes through the elevator door and hits the murderer outside. The boy loses consciousness. And the murderer opens the elevator door and sees the men inside. Mr. Wright, you're truly the most unpredictable defense attorney I've ever known. I mean, cross-examining a parrot? Really? I can tell you're grasping. I cannot deny the possibility of what you say.